early success and a lot of attention, he became a poster boy of the so-called farm-to-table movement.
Buy this eggplant from this farmer, and this tomato from this farmer, and this zucchini courgette from this farmer, and feel pretty good about it, and advertise it.
But it was, Dan Barber now believes, success built on a misunderstanding, a mistake. But so successful was this approach of working directly with local farmers and emphasising provenance in his menus that in 2004 he opened a second restaurant in what's called the Stone Barn Centre for Food and Agriculture, a working farm and education centre a 45-minute drive north of Manhattan. Then, one day, on a trip to collect a special supply of wheat, he stood in a field with a farmer called Klaus Martins and had a moment of revelation.
It's about 2,000 acres are surrounding me, and I look around and I didn't see much wheat at all. I saw buckwheat, I saw barley, I saw millet and rye, I saw tons of leguminous crops from kidney beans to black cow beans, and I saw even more cover crops, clover, vetch, and the rest. And it was at that moment that I realized I was the emperor without clothes, because here I was being lauded for supporting a local wheat farmer who, it turns out, was forced to grow this suite of other crops in this very meticulously timed rotation to prep his soil to be ready to grow the wheat that I was so celebrated for. But I was only supporting a very small, quite marginal part of his farming operation. The other crops that I was looking at were the real stars, but they were unsung heroes because there's no market for them. I certainly wasn't buying them. What did he do with all those other crops that I mentioned? And well, he sold it into bag feed, which would go to feed pigs or chickens. Or he simply plowed them in the ground because without a market for it, it didn't make sense to harvest them.
And it presented a question, or perhaps more of a challenge. Just as his aunt had done with the eggs his father had butchered, could a skilled chef transform this hidden food? Klaus Martins had converted his farm to an organic system, replacing chemical inputs and feeding his soil by growing a range of seemingly humble crops.
The true cost of the wheat was in those other rotation crops, and that's when I realized that the farm-to-table model is all wrong, because it allows you to pick which crop you want. Instead of thinking about a farming system or a healthy ecology from the suite of offerings that are available to us, that the farmer is forced to grow. Being an organic farmer, you have to grow a diversity of grains to get the soil locked and loaded with the right kind of biology to grow the kind of wheat that became jaw-droppingly delicious.